Ladies and gentlemen, what a wild night it's been here at NXT Stand and Deliver. We're deep into the action, and if you're just joining us, buckle up. This is the first premium live event since The Rock shocked the world earlier tonight with a seismic announcement, a full reset of the WWE Universe. Every championship vacated, every legacy restarted, and it all begins right here in NXT before we roll into WrestleMania. We've seen title dreams realized and hopes crushed. Jordynne Grace made history by outlasting Tatum Paxley, Blair Davenport, Shotzi, and Sol Ruca to become the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion. Fatal Influence topped the newly reassembled Meta 4 to claim the women's tag team titles. New Catch Republic took the men's tag titles from Fraxium. Tamina and Wendy Chu punched their tickets into the Women's North American Championship Tournament next month, while Miles Bourne and Luca Crucifino qualified for the men's tournament for the North American title. Carmen Petrovic and Zarya secured spots in the Women's World Championship Tournament bracket next month. And Charlie Dempsey and Apollo Crews advanced in the Men's NXT World Championship Tournament for next month. Now it's time for another monumental clash. The Men's North American Championship is about to be decided in this 5-man battle royal. We've already seen Lexis King make his way down to the ring. He is rewriting his legacy with every step. As the son of the late, great Brian Pillman, King's path has been anything but easy. In fact, he's turned that legacy into fuel. This is a man who tore through independent circuits with calculated rage. He's rubbed elbows and collided with the likes of Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Ilya Dragunov. Now, Eric Olson, one of the new WWE managers introduced tonight, has officially signed Lexis King, we're being told. Olson, of course, is a mystery wrapped in ambition, a master planner, and with King, he has made his first male chess piece. Of course, we heard earlier tonight that he's also signed Sol Ruca. And King's history with Ricky Saints, who you see in the ring now, very personal. Years ago, those two went to war in small venues across the country, and the bitterness never left. King called Saints a ghost with a god complex. Saints, he said King was a spoiled legacy desperate to matter. It's real and it is combustible. On top of that, King has had a long-standing tension with Joe Hendry, another superstar who will be in this match. A public spat over a 2019 seminar that ended with harsh words and nearly escalated backstage. Those kinds of grudges don't go away, folks. And Ricky Saints, who is our second man down to the ring, no glitz, no gimmicks, just decades of experience and a chip the size of the Performance Center on his shoulder. Saints fought his way out of wrestling oblivion, from American strong style to Japanese puroresu, probably pronounced that perfectly. He's tangled with legends, Kenta, Suzuki, even a brutal 30-minute draw against Zack Sabre Jr. He's walked through fire and now he walks into this battle royal with nothing to lose. Ricky's NXT arrival raised eyebrows. No vignettes, no PR, just a fight. That's who he is. But let's not forget, Saints and Joe Hendry have unfinished business dating back to a European tour where things turned ugly fast. That grudge is real. He also had a brush with Tony D'Angelo, who you see walking down to the ring now. When Saints was brought in to help train a new wave at the Performance Center, the two butted heads over philosophy. Saints believes in pain, Tony believes in power. The third man down to the ring was Eddie Thorpe, discipline incarnate, as Carl Fredericks in NJPW's LA Dojo, or La Dojo, I'm pretty sure it's LA Dojo. Thorpe learned from Shibata himself. His style is precise, punishing, and powerful. Thorpe's past includes matches that tested his soul. Wars with Tyler Bate, Dijak, and a forgotten banger against Wes Lee that put him on the radar of the NXT faithful. Tonight, the next chapter begins. Also, Kat Majuli, also introduced earlier this evening by The Rock as one of the new managers, has made Thorpe her first male WWE client. We heard that she signed Tatum Paxley earlier tonight also. And Julie is a new breed of manager, analytics-driven, obsessive with performance psychology and laser-focused. She doesn't just believe in Thorpe, she's building a machine. She's already reshaped his training, focusing on his ability to conserve energy, manipulate tempo, and exploit his opponent's pacing. In recent weeks, we've been hearing that Thorpe has studied hours of Saint's tape, and Kat taking detailed notes like she's solving a chess puzzle. The next man down to the ring was Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT, a master manipulator, an in-ring general, and a faction leader. From brutal feuds with Pete Dunne and Santos Escobar to chess matches with Dijak, Tony D has made every minute in NXT count. He's not just fighting for a title, he's expanding his empire. Luca Cusafino earning a spot in the North American tournament earlier tonight. D'Angelo sees tonight as the first brick in a gold-paved dynasty. He's mentioned loyalty, demanded respect, and punished betrayal. Remember when he took out 2 dimes to consolidate power? That wasn't just a storyline. That was a declaration. The family comes first, and tonight Tony intends to bring more gold home. Our last competitor, certainly not the least, Joe Hendry. Say his name and watch the world react. Hendry isn't just charisma, he's credibility. Formerly a standout in Impact Wrestling, Hendry mixed comedic timing with pure wrestling brilliance. A jack of all trades, he clashed with Moose, Matt Cardona, and even had a title feud with Eddie Edwards. But his rivalry with Saints, that's the spark. They had a bloody double disqualifier match in Manchester, followed by a parking lot brawl that left fans chanting for more. He's known for going viral, not just in promos, but in the way he engages crowds. But under that polished surface lies a cerebral strategist. Hendry's made no secret of his intention to bring global eyes to NXT. Tonight, he could become the face of the new era. The match is unfolding, but forget the moves. This is about identity, strategy, evolution. Lexis King moves like a man who's finally figured himself out. That MLW arrogance tempered now with calculation. There's an eerie focus in his eyes as he studies his rivals, not for what they're doing, but for what they might do next. He's always been reactive, but tonight he's predictive. That's Olsen's influence. King is a live wire with a blueprint, not a common mix. The Saints, meanwhile, drips with that dangerous veteran confidence. He's got a sneer that says he's seen it all, and he probably has. Saints has been in wars the WWE Network doesn't even archive. Matches in Osaka that had to be stopped by doctors, cage fights in South America under aliases. The man is a wrestling nomad with a mind like a vault. Every twitch, every breath his opponents take, he logs it. Thorpe, of course, brings silence, controlled silence. He's like a coiled spring waiting, not wasting a single step. If Kat's game plan is the thesis, Thorpe is the execution. He doesn't chase, he positions. He's watching the edges of the ring. He's keeping King in peripheral view. And Saints, he's respecting him. That much is clear. It's not about dominance, it's about outlasting. And Joe Hendry's charm masks a sniper's brain. He's not just reacting to stimuli, he's creating them. Fakes an approach to Thorpe to bait King, mouths something to Saints, and Saints laughs because only those two know the history. That semifinal that never happened, that backstage blow-up in Glasgow, Hendry has something to prove tonight, that he can anchor a brand, not just sell a t-shirt. And Tony D, the Don's playing it like a consigliere. He's seen what happens when you make moves too fast. Instead, he's categorizing threats, whispering to himself, possibly reliving old battles, watching the way Thorpe breathes, the way Hendry moves off his back foot. He's not posturing, he's preparing. Meanwhile, those earlier matches still echo. Jordan Grace didn't win by brute force. She won by outlasting panic, by surviving desperation. It was a mental game, and she won it. Fatal Influence, they didn't just win, they declared. Metaphor underestimated their chemistry. Tonight it clicked. Years of indie experience, months of frustration, a single night of validation. And Luca Crucifino, that's a wild card the family can't stop grinning about as we have all sorts of eliminations. We are down to just Tony D'Angelo and Ricky Saints. Who is going to walk away your men's North American champion? We're almost ready to find out. It's one of these two left in the ring. But Luca Crucifino, a junior in the ranks, but a hammer waiting to be thrown. D'Angelo's watching him rise and seeing his own legacy multiply. Now look at this. D'Angelo's got Saints on the ropes. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. We might be on the verge of crowning our first North American champion in this new universe. No, Ricky Saints able to battle back and get back into the ring. But Tony D'Angelo sends him towards the ropes, and it is now over. Tony D'Angelo gets the win. The Don does it. Tony D'Angelo is your new NXT North American champion. The crowd erupts. The family standing tall tonight. No doubt about it. Tony D'Angelo just turned a reset into a reign. This is a man who's thrived in chaos, who's navigated betrayal, forged alliances, and never lost sight of the goal. Tonight, he doesn't just capture the North American title, he cements the D'Angelo family as the future backbone of NXT. The Rock's new WWE has its first made man, and his name is Tony D. You see D'Angelo being awarded the North American Championship. He hoists it high in the air for the crowd here at Stand and Deliver to see. We are now ready for our next match after Tony D'Angelo emerges triumphant here tonight. Folks, what a night. NXT Stand and Deliver is already one for the history books, and right now it's time for one of the biggest matches of the evening, one that'll define the future of women's wrestling in NXT. The Women's World Championship is on the line. A triple threat between three world-class athletes, Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Stephanie Vaquer. A title, a throne, and a target, all up for grabs. Earlier tonight, The Rock, of course, flipped the WWE Universe on its head, a complete reset, every title vacated, every roster shaken, and this match, it crowns the cornerstone of a new division. A match that decides who every woman in that locker room will be chasing from this night forward. We've seen legends rise and reputations crumble. Grace won gold, Fatal Influence made their mark, Tony D'Angelo proved dominance, but now we find out who stands atop the mountain in this new women's division. Let's meet our competitors. Of course, Roxanne Perez already in the ring, the prodigy from Booker T's Reality of Wrestling to NXT stardom. Roxanne's rise was meteoric. ROH Women's World Champion at 19, breakout tournament winner, the youngest NXT Women's Champion in history. But she's had to grow up fast, under the lights, under pressure, under scrutiny. Roxanne doesn't just wrestle, she endures. Her rivalry with Cora Jade, it wasn't just betrayal, it was evolution. That feud forced her to shed innocence and find fire. Her bouts with Maiko Satomura and Blair Davenport showed her willingness to go to war. She's not the rookie anymore. Tonight, she's the measuring stick. And now we see Julia making her way down to the ring. The Empress of Stardom, charisma incarnate, a leader, an icon, a menace. She led Donna Del Mondo with ruthless poise. She battled Syuri, Mayu Iwatani, and Tam Nakano in matches that redefined what women's wrestling could be. Julia doesn't enter matches, she claims them. Her jump to WWE shocked the world, and tonight she's ready to show why she's considered Japan's most dangerous export. For Julia, this isn't a debut, it's a conquest. Julia in the ring now, the crowd cheering her on. All three of these superstars definitely have their fans here in NXT. It'll be hard to choose who is the most popular, but that title might fall to our third competitor, who is now heading down to the ring, Stephanie Vaquer, the Chilean technician, Vacquer's work in CMLL and NJPW has earned her a global reputation. Precision strikes, immaculate submissions, Vacquer blends lucha artistry with cold, calculating aggression. Her battles with Mercedes Moné and AZM were masterpieces, and now she's here in NXT to cement herself as a global champion. She, of course, carries pride from Santiago, but she fights with fire from Osaka. Few can match her technical acumen. Even fewer can match her will. Don't mistake her silence for hesitation. Vacquer plays chess while others brawl. Now Vacquer looking at the crowd here tonight at Stand and Deliver. Only one of these superstars can walk out your very first women's champion in this reset of NXT. Let's see who it will be. There you can see the title that will be up for grabs, the NXT Women's World Championship, the title coveted by all women here in NXT. Whoever wins will absolutely have a target on their back from here on out. There's Roxanne Perez, there's Julia, and of course, there's Stephanie Vacquer. Now, Roxanne Perez, she was once called too nice to survive in this game. But look at her now, steely eyes, shoulders squared. She's walked through storms and come out sharpened. Her mentor, Booker T, said she was the future, and tonight she fights to prove it's now. Julia, meanwhile, represents the storm. You can't talk about modern Joshi wrestling without talking about her. When she unified the Wonder and World of Stardom titles, people thought she'd plateaued, but she only got better. Her feud with Syuri, brutal. Her leadership in Donna Del Mondo, visionary. She doesn't come to NXT looking to adapt. She's looking to dominate. And of course, Stephanie Vacquer might be the best kept secret in the business, not much of a secret any longer. Fans who know her control in the ring is unreal. She can bend joints and emotions. The way she transitions between holds, it's not just wrestling, it's strategy. Remember her match in Japan where she countered a Rana into a cross arm breaker mid-air? That's the kind of instinct we're dealing with here. And think about what's come before this tonight. Jordan Grace showed poise, not power. Fatal Influence reclaimed respect. And Tony D'Angelo rebuilt an empire. And now here we are, the centerpiece, our penultimate match of the night. The moment the women's division finds its queen. Earlier, Zarya stunned with her poise. Carmen Petrovic showed resilience beyond her years. Tamina turned back time, but none of them are in this match because this match crowns the summit. Julia and Vacquer have never shared a ring before, but they've circled each other for years. Bookers in Japan wanted it. Mexico wanted it. It took WWE to make it happen. Of course, they did meet in a match not long ago, but that was the first time it happened. And Roxanne, she's faced neither. She's the wild card, the X Factor, the young veteran. And think about this. Whoever wins tonight doesn't get to celebrate long. Carmen and Zarya, I get that pronunciation right eventually, Zarya, are already gunning for the belt. Tamina has momentum. Sol Ruka nearly topped Grace. And The Rock made it clear there are more signings to come, more challengers, more sharks in the water. This isn't just about winning gold, it's about surviving the fallout. The minute that belt goes around one waist, 20 others line up to take it. Julia's eyes haven't left Vacquer since that bell, with occasional sightings on, of course, Roxanne. Is it respect? Is it rivalry? Is it fear masked as fascination? And Roxanne, she's moving like she's studying both, letting them swing first. Classic Perez, observing, calculating. She once said her biggest strength was knowing when to be invisible. That can certainly come in handy in a triple threat match. Vacquer has a habit of going after the strongest threat first. But who exactly would that be tonight? Julia with her reputation, Roxanne with her youth, that mental calculus, it's already changing the match. The Rock, of course, didn't just reset the WWE, he rebooted the stakes. And these three, they're writing the first page of a brand new book. Roxanne was tested when she lost her title the first time. People questioned if she was ready, if she had the grit. Tonight, she's answering those doubts, not with words, but with presence. This is a battle between the brightest stars in 3 regions of the wrestling world. Julia's stardom legacy isn't just about gold, it's about aura. She brings big match feel like few others. She's a showstopper and she's dangerous. She studied this division for months. She knew exactly when to sign, and she knew tonight would be her proving ground. Stephanie Vaquer, though, she's the one that might shock everyone. No pomp, no pageantry, just execution. We've got a pin attempt by Julia, but no, Roxanne Perez is able to break it up. Of course, Vaquer made her name in the toughest venues in Mexico and Japan, and now in the heart of NXT, she's proving she can thrive on any continent. And what a night it has been so far. Miles Bourne proving doubters wrong. Wendy Chu showing new layers. Dempsey returning to form. Luca Crucifino's star rising. Of course, Jordan Grace resilient as ever. But this match, this is the crown jewel in the women's division. Another pin attempt from Julia, but Stephanie Vaquer is able to kick out. Now Roxanne Perez working on Julia. You feel it in the arena, the buzz, the anticipation, because history isn't just being remembered here, it's being made here. The match continues on. Julia now looks like she missed Roxanne Perez and now allowing Roxanne Perez to work on Stephanie Vaquer. Oh, look at that. Julia tried to intercept Roxanne Perez, but Roxanne Perez with a great counter. And this match continues. Roxanne trying to use the kendo stick, but that is thwarted by Julia. Now Stephanie Vaquer going after Perez. This match continues. We will touch base once this match comes to a conclusion, folks. We'll let you enjoy the rest of it commentary free. Oh, look at that. A devastating DDT by Roxanne Perez. This could be the match, folks. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that is it. Roxanne Perez. It is over. The prodigy Roxanne Perez has done it. After an incredible war of wills, it's Perez who rises above both Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. She found her moment, planted Vaquer with that devastating DDT, and sealed the deal with the 3 counts. We take a look at the highlights from the match. The new NXT Women's World Champion is Roxanne Perez, the first queen of this reset era, the first to wear the crown in this new WWE universe in NXT. And folks, the entire division just felt the pressure shift. Every challenger, every new signing, every hopeful is now looking up at Roxanne Perez. And tonight, she proved she's ready for that responsibility. And here is the move that sealed the deal. A kick to the midsection and just an absolutely crushing DDT from Perez seals the victory. Roxanne Perez, she's not the future anymore. She's the now. Long live the NXT Women's World Champion, Roxanne Perez. So we've got one more match for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We still need to decide the NXT Men's World Champion. That match is coming up in mere moments. Right now, the moment belongs to Roxanne Perez. Huge victory for the new NXT Women's World Champion. Congratulations to the prodigy, Roxanne Perez. And what a night, but it is not yet over, not even close. Now the main event of NXT Stand and Deliver, the Men's NXT World Championship, a triple threat, a collision, a coronation. Let's not forget, just hours ago, The Rock hit the reset button, titles vacated, rankings nuked. And tonight, we've crowned new champions, seen new legends rise. But this is the summit. 3 men enter. Trick Williams coming down to the ring now. Ethan Page, Oba Femi. Different styles, different paths, one destiny. Trick Williams, swagger, soul, the pulse of NXT. From Carmelo's hype man to breakout star. Trick beat his former friend and stepped out of the shadows into his own fire. He's battled JD McDonough, clashed with Ilya Dragunov. He stumbled, rebounded, and earned the people's love, not because he's perfect, but because he is real. Trick doesn't just connect, he resonates. He's redefining masculinity in this space. Unapologetic, vulnerable, confident. Tonight, he's not just fighting for a title, he's fighting for everyone who's ever been doubted. And you can see Trick Williams just absolutely brimming with confidence here tonight, enjoying the introduction. Looks like he's ready for one of the biggest nights of his career. Trick Williams, but he's got 2 other superstars to deal with tonight. The first being Ethan Page, all ego, the disruptor, from Impact to AEW to NXT. He moves with purpose. Ethan didn't come here to blend in. No, he came to take over. Veteran, strategist, snake when he wants to be. He's held gold, betrayed allies, and reinvented himself more times than most dream of. He's not desperate. He's deliberate, a tactician who bends chaos to his will. This match isn't a proving ground to him, it's a chessboard. And Ethan always plays 3 moves ahead. Ethan Page also looking very confident, always with that smile, and always brimming with a healthy ego as he enters the ring ready for this triple threat championship match. The last of the three competitors here tonight, Oba Femi, the Juggernaut, power incarnate, Olympic strength wrapped in quiet menace. His flattened Dijak, dismantled Wes Lee, won the breakout tournament, and through it all, barely said a word. Oba doesn't need to speak. He delivers promises with his presence. Each match, a statement. Each win, an omen. He's not flashy. He's final. He is Oba Femi. Femi walking to the ring. Looks like he's got plenty of swagger tonight as well. All three of these superstars absolutely brimming with confidence. All three truly believe in their soul that it will be them walking out as your NXT Men's World Champion here tonight at Stand and Deliver after the shocking reset of the WWE Universe, including NXT, by The Rock, making an appearance here tonight. We've crowned the rest of our NXT champions. There's one more title to hand out, the NXT Men's World title. And one of these three men will get the honor of being the first champion in this new version of NXT. And there is the championship belt that will be awarded to whoever walks out victorious here tonight. You can see the looks of concentration on all three superstars' face. There's Trick Williams, there's Ethan Page, and there is Oba Femi, as the stakes are getting more real as the match now begins. And these three stepped in, the air changed. No posturing, just intent. This is the new NXT. Diverse styles, bold statements. This isn't just a triple threat. This is a vision of what wrestling looks like when nothing is held back. This is a battlefield of futures, a collision of philosophies, and a snapshot of the industry's evolution all in one ring. Trick's fighting for something deeper than gold. He's rewriting what leadership looks like. The Rock's reset gave space for voices like his to rise. Trick's journey has been one of hard-earned evolution. He's not the same man who started as Mello's hype man. He's emerged into someone who commands the spotlight and earns it with every breath he takes in that ring. There's a pin attempt, but no. Quick kick out from Oba Femi. And with every fan chant, every upward glance from a kid in the crowd, Trick Williams is proving what legacy looks like in real time. Of course, we've got Ethan Page, always the wild card, always watching the exits, already calculating every moment. He knows what happened earlier tonight. He saw Tony D'Angelo walk away with that North American Championship. He saw Roxanne Perez fight through the storm. He saw champions crowned in every direction. Ethan's not just hungry, he's ravenous. And he'll twist fate itself if that's what it takes to win. This is a man who once turned on his closest ally just to gain a tactical edge. Convinced entire locker rooms to back him only to burn the bridge later. Ethan's not chasing a belt. He's chasing control. And then, of course, we've got Oba Femi. Oba doesn't play by anyone's script. He's carved out his place through brutality and clarity. There's no confusion with Oba. You know what he thinks. You know what he brings. Kind of unflinching force that makes you rethink your strategy before the bell even rings. Here's a pin attempt from Femi, but no, Trick Williams able to break it up. You don't prepare for Oba Femi, you brace. And yet somehow his silence screams louder than most promos. He isn't interested in telling you he's the future. He shows it by turning contenders into footnotes. What a night it has been, top to bottom. Sol Ruca turning heads with fearless innovation. Jordan Grace proving her dominance in a war of attrition. Lexis King showing swagger and skill in the men's battle royal. Fatal Influence lighting up the women's tag division like a warning flare to the rest of the roster. And the D'Angelo family adding more gold to their name and reminding everyone why loyalty is currency in NXT. This isn't just a card, this has been a declaration. See Obafemi and Trick Williams going at it in the ring while Ethan Page recovers in the corner. Trick Williams getting the upper hand for now, but that can quickly change in this triple threat match. Of course, the landscape in the WWE has shifted. Titles have been reclaimed, rivalries renewed, and throughout it all, the crowd has roared for something new, something bold. This triple threat is not just a finale, it's a prophecy. It's a mirror held up to what wrestling can be, and tradition meets momentum. Who carries the mantle forward? Here's a pin attempt from Trick Williams on Obafemi, but no, Ethan Page able to get in there and break up that pin. Trick Williams with a great reversal there. Now going after Obafemi, but Femi just too big. Femi now in control. As I mentioned, who will carry the mantle forward? Who defines the new NXT? Trick, the heart and voice of the movement, Ethan, the manipulator who thrives in the shadows, or Oba, the sheer elemental force, undeniable and ever-present. We've seen everything tonight. Blood, resilience, pride. Here's a pin attempt from Ethan Page. Can he get it done? No, Obafemi's able to kick out. This match isn't just about survival, it's about declaring a vision of what winning looks like. It's about whose name will echo in history books and on message boards for years. Trick's feeding off the energy of the crowd. He's exploding with purpose. Every move he throws, every moment he rises back to his feet, he's telling the fans, this is your era too. It's not just his fight, it's theirs. Of course, Ethan is biding his time, going for a pin attempt here on Trick Williams. Could this be it? No, Trick Williams able to kick out. Not every moment is an opportunity, but Ethan Page knows when one is. He's like a lion pacing, not reckless, but ruthless. He watches from the shadows, then strikes like thunder from a clear sky. And if he sees weakness, he'll tear it wide open. Every hesitation becomes his playground. And Oba doesn't change pace. He makes the world change pace. He's hurled Trick like a rag doll. He's no-selling shots from Ethan like they're annoying taps. He is a wall. A walking declaration of dominance. A kind of athlete who doesn't wrestle to impress. He wrestles to end. And the more they fight him, the more inevitable he looks. There's a pin attempt from Femi, but no, Ethan Page is able to kick out. Look at all the weapons strewn across the ring. Of course, in a triple threat, there are no disqualifications. Anything goes. And now Obafemi in control. Ethan Page with a missed punch attempt. But now here's a reversal from Page. Trick Williams just chucks a chair and it just bounces off Ethan Page. Ethan Page just in the zone right now. Back and forth now. There's Ethan Page going for a win using the rope, but Trick Williams is able to break up that pin attempt. Energy in this building is absolutely nuclear. You can feel every gasp, every pop from the crowd syncing with the tempo of this fight. Here's another pin attempt, but no, Ethan Page is able to kick out Obafemi that close to becoming your NXT Men's World Champion. Going to let you enjoy the rest of the match commentary free until the end. We'll join back with you in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a pin attempt. Trick Williams trying to pin Obafemi. Could this be it? No, a kick out from Oba. And the match continues. We'll get back with you in just a moment, folks. Oh, look at this. Ethan Page getting Obafemi up, going for a powerbomb, but Trick Williams from behind with a bat. Oh, he absolutely connected to the back of Ethan Page. Obafemi is dazed as well. Trick Williams bloodied, going for the pin attempt. Yes, he has done it. Trick Williams will be your NXT Men's World Champion. Trick absolutely cracked Ethan in the back ribs. Page crumpled, pins Obafemi, and just like that, Trick Williams did it. After a war, after pressure from Page, after surviving Oba, Trick claimed it. The baseball bat turned the tide at the very end. Your new NXT Men's World Champion, Trick Williams. From hype man to headliner. He said he was him, kind of taking that from Carmelo Hayes, and tonight he absolutely proved it. The era of Trick Williams begins now. As we see the highlights, Trick Williams connecting with that baseball bat, Obafemi unable to get a hand on the ropes, and Williams claims your NXT Men's World Championship. What a night it's been here at Stand and Deliver. We've crowned all our NXT champions. We've seen superstars lay claim to tournament spots for next month to be among the first challengers for those titles. And this is just the first event. We've got WrestleMania coming up with the WWE main roster. Don't you dare miss it, folks. We'll be back for NXT Episode 1 very shortly. But stay tuned for WrestleMania coming up very soon. You'll see it in just a matter of days. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.